Hey, it's Joni. Welcome. I am here today to give you my thoughts on Misery by Stephen King, a wholesome story about a popular novelist and his number one fan. Just kidding. This is a fun, lovely tale of a popular novelist who runs off the road, wrecks his car, and is saved, rescued, captured by his number one fan, who is a super mentally unstable serial murderer of various different fashions. She catches or she saves him and decides to keep him as her pet, sort of. So this was a reread, and I had seen the movie as a child and loved it, and so I knew the story pretty well. And my first read of it, I was actually pretty disappointed. It's been maybe 5 years. Um, there were just some things that the movie did that didn't happen in the book that I enjoyed and I kept waiting for and expecting, and they didn't happen. And then there's also several large chunks of a book that the main character in this, Paul Sheldon, is writing, which is meant to be like kind of a not great, cheesy historical romance. Um, and I did not love those portions of it. This time, though, I checked out the audiobook of it, and I would highly recommend it. The portions of the novel being read in it, that he's writing in it, were a lot more enjoyable to me being read by somebody with, using accents for the different voices and things. Um, I also thought that the narrator did a great job with Annie Wilkes' voice. Just that, like, super apathetic, creepy, deadpan kind of thing. She did a great job with it. Like I said, I was kind of disappointed with my first read of this, but the reread, it started out again, I was a little bit, it was kind of slow. There's something about the writing in this that just doesn't totally jive with me. It feels like it's trying to be literary a little bit or something like that. I might be off the mark, but he just keeps going back to some, to me, kind of boring, weird connections that he's making. And I get he's drugged up, he's hurt, he's in a terrible situation, his mind does weird things. But like at one point I complained to my husband, if I hear the word Africa one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Like, this thing about Africa is just weird. And then the next time I went to listen, he saw a cop out the window and tried to scream for help and instead screamed Africa. It's just weird. There's a couple little things in this that are just weird to me. Overall, though, it didn't take long for me to get past being a little bit like bored with it and just freaking loving it. Annie Wilkes is so much less sympathetic in this than she was for me in the movie, or I'm a couple episodes into the second season of Castle Rock. She is much more sympathetic in that than she is in this. Finding her book of memories and like discovering the, oh my god, different murders that she has committed throughout her life, and like discovering how crazy she is, was just terrifying and fun. It has some of those like old school gruesome Stephen King deaths and just like icky, hard to read, like I want to read through my fingers or look away kind of moments that if you enjoy that, are a ton of fun. It does mostly take place either in the fictional world of his historical romance or in the bedroom that he's being kept in. And it does feel a little bit claustrophobic for that. It worked really well for me in Gerald's Game, but in this one, I would have liked to see a little bit more character work outside of that house with some of the other people who might be involved. That was one of the things that the movie did that I enjoyed. You got to see the sheriff, and my dog's saying hello. You got to see the sheriff, and like, I don't know, I would have enjoyed seeing his, maybe one of his ex-wives or his family. Anyway, I would have enjoyed a little bit of time outside of that house, I think. But overall, it was super effective. It was super fun. Overall, it was a super effective book for me. This used to be in my like least favorite King books as far as a reading experience goes. Even though I love the storyline, just the reading experience was one of my least favorites. This one totally ratcheted it up. Maybe not to like a top 10, but at least a top 20 favorite. I highly recommend this if you haven't checked it out. If you have, please let me know down below what you thought of it, what your favorite parts were, your least favorite parts. And I will talk to you all again soon. Bye.